Notes Left Behind by Brooke and Keith Dusrich. Elena is left behind a story of resilience, hope, and most of all, love. We can help but take her into our hearts and carry the best of her into our own lives. Jeffrey Sassel, co-author of The Last Lecture. Events praise for Notes Left Behind. This is a stunning story that teaches us how precious children, family, and life are, and that sacrifices we make are worth it. I won't forget the Dusrich family, and neither will you. James Patterson, Best-Selling author. A portion of the author's proceeds from the sale of this book benefit the Cure Starts Now Foundation. Elena Dusrich's dream of becoming a teacher, although her time on this earth was far too short to fulfill her dream. She left behind an enlightening lesson planned to life. Wise beyond her years, Elena never stopped teaching us around her to appreciate the miracle of everyday living, even as an innocent 6-year-old battled a rare form of brain cancer. Through a personal and candid journal entries spreading a surreal embrace for Elena's younger sister, Brooke and Keith Dusrich share their emotional journey. As a negotiator, they contradict her impulses to fight Elena's cancer at all costs and realize the inevitable outcome. Page by page, this journal is a reminder to parents everywhere to appreciate and savor every precious moment they have with their own children. Notes Left Behind tells a story of humility and inspiration. From the time of her diagnosis, Elena accomplished a truly spectacular series of wishes, big and small, that she alone created, from riding in a horse-drawn carriage to painting a masterpiece that would hang in an art museum. Her life motivated the creation of a foundation that today helps children everywhere in their fight against cancer. Cleared in the pages of this book are Elena's private messages that she secretly hid around her home, knowing her family would find them when she was gone. These notes show us how even during the darker moments of life, it is possible to find hope and encouragement through selfless love. Brooke and Keith Dusrich live in Cincinnati with their daughter Grace. They have several businesses, but their main professions are as a mother and father. With the help of family and many friends, they founded The Cure Starts Now, a revolutionary cancer foundation dedicated to a home-run cure strategy for all cancers, starting first with one of the most deadly and difficult cancers, pediatric brain cancer. To learn more, visit www.thecurestartsnow.org. Page 199. Day 201, June 17. Lately, we live in fleeting moments as the days grow. Elena's condition seems to be a contrast of what turned out. She has not recovered the way we hoped from the last chemotherapy treatment, and now we consider what we had hoped to avoid. I know what those before us have been through. Still, those signs give us hope. The unintended smile before she coughs, so curled around my neck, so take her down the stairs and we yawn. They say that her yawns are reflexive, but Brooke and I live for them. Whereas she can only open her mouth a quarter inch normally. With each yawn, it opens completely. But what is most heartening is her voice, which reappears with every yawn to its fullest power and melody. Well, we have no idea, but with every yawn, we hope that Elena's ability to return, and this hope will be a distant memory. It isn't. Still, her yawns are moments to celebrate as we turn to remember the sound of her voice in the sweet song of innocence. We try to force yawn, mimicking our own and finding an exhaustion that we already have, but it is without result, so we are left to wait for the next patient. Try as we might, we are unable to remember Elena or her voice the way it was. So late at night, we watched a 30-second video footage from the hospital recorded on a digital camera, and while it still isn't a real voice, it's close enough for us to reminisce. Some days I wonder if we will forget the beauty of her face in the same way, for we will just remember how it ended. I've been there before, as he was virtually every other person who reached this. I just read the thought. I've also found that I've started to live between blinks. What is too painful to watch, constantly to close my eyes, only to quickly open them for the fear of missing a moment. I guess this is natural, but lately as she falls to the floor, chokes on noodles or cries from exhaustion. I've spent more of the day with my eyes closed. Maybe once when I open them, she will suddenly be better. This is only a dream, someone I do not think it will get better tomorrow. 203, June 19. I feel like I've run a marathon for the past few days. I have lots of things I've never wanted to feel. Ran myself into constant headache and probably tried my stomach into a knot. both God would be proud of. Keeping a head straight up lady, Janelle trying to figure out how to make Alana eat so she doesn't have to use the feeding tube. Janelle started the 2-hour process of trying to feed her for Janelle tried to butter her rations and ran shut from her constant yogurt consumption of and tried chicken and starch soup. After 10 bites of this, she didn't want any more. I asked her if she wanted plain old milk, not the vitamin-packed milk we've been trying to force her to drink. She picked up a medicine cup and practically chugged it. Still coughed afterward, but it didn't stop keeping me from standing dumbfounded. Keith opened the cupboard and put away some food in the water, lifting his shaky finger. After playing 20 questions, we found out that she wanted goldfish. She carefully chewed through the goldfish. We then opened the refrigerator and cupboard for her to choose what she wanted. Her dinner was 3 goldfish, half a slice of cheese, and scoop of ice cream as a reward. A mouthful of cream, so much for healthy. At least it isn't a feeding tube. Each course was carefully chewed, and she coughed often, but it went down. After that, took her sip. About asked her if she wanted more to eat. She shook her head no and pointed to her cheeks. I finally figured out she was afraid if she ate too much, her cheeks would grow bigger. I told her she was beautiful, and she shook her head no and pointed to her cheeks. We tried to explain that it was a steroid that caused the cheeks to swell and nothing, but she refused to believe us if she only knew.